It's been filled in with sand. There's an army base over the road, right? This is an army base. That army base goes right up to Lamandra, where we just came from. This is the army base that goes with the airport, that protects the airport. So you can see this country is all militarised. It's been militarised for a long time. Magunshan has been militarised. So we acknowledge the Yagara people. We acknowledge Auntie Debbie Sandy and Uncle Des Sandy and their family. There's other families that are also connected with them. Maybe, what's another name of the other families? The Ruska family. So there are other families. Thompson family. So there are other families. And then there's all the surrounding tribes that have been militarised as well. So just remembering, and just want to acknowledge Sam who's here, wherever he is. And just say, you know, we see you, brother, and we stand with you, and we'll continue to stand with you here. Rest to go to the cube. We've got another cube as well. So remember here, you know, make sure you keep hydrated because we're not going to be here too long. And we'll have a toilet stop after this. So that will be our next spot. But we're here at Thales, and we want to hear first about, from maybe Uncle George, you want to talk a little bit about, you know much about the Bushmaster, what's happening with those Bushmasters? And then we'll hear from Auntie Sue about what Thales is doing in her country. So Thales is a French company.
Thank you, Margaret. Everybody understands that the killing in West Papua starts from there.
Shame!
The demilitarization in West Papua, at the moment, Indonesia present with thousands of military personnel from the different battalions around Indonesia. Right now, there is massive military production operation on the ground. But the people in West Papua have no gun. The people in West Papua, they strongly believe that we're going to be independent in the near future. Because nowadays, if we're talking about the guns and ammunition, that means we're talking about the crime against humanity. We're talking about the genocide. We're talking about the killing. We don't want any more killing on the ground of West Papua. Even Indonesia military, they practice their qualification in the military to killing West Papuan people in a different way. So that is very creating frustration for the people around West Papua at the moment. So nowadays we call for all this military manufacturer, so that think about that, and then have to say something to the Australian government that we have to reduce this one or abolish. Because if we continue to produce the gun, ammunition, missiles, it will be similar like what's happened in Russia. When the Ukraine are coming, Russia moved them all away. And the Russia continue to creating high, powerful military technology for creating guns, ammunition, missiles, even nuclear bomb. So we really, hopefully, we really want everything must be changed and together we can bring the peace to the world. Today, international community is looking at what's happening here in Brisbane City. We love environment in Queensland, here. Millions of tourists come to Queensland. They want to swim around the barrier reef. They want to looking at the beautiful rainforest. You can see the snake, aswari, everywhere. And all these things bring a good imagination of peace for the world. West Papua is the rich country in the world. That's why Indonesia didn't want to give us a loan. East Timor, they can give it away because nothing there. But West Papua is the rich country in the world. President Jokowi was surprised that there is 600-kilometer channel under the ground. 2 months ago when he was visiting Liverpool. There is 600 kilometers. So, we will continue to speak out. Thank you so much for Margaret and all girls. They really extraordinary girls who continue to conduct all this activity without scale, without bow down, without give up. And we will follow them. We will take this opportunity in the future to talk about the peace and harmony and right just for the West Papuan people to gain their independence peacefully. So once again, God bless us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Papua Merdeka!
Thank you, George. Adisu. Adisu. Yes, I'm introducing Adisu from Cocker the Country and welcome. And we know Tara is sitting your. She's got notes.
I've got notes. Yeah, thank you for having me here, and I acknowledge that the traditional owners of this country I'm talking on today. I'm from Sejuna in South Australia, all the way down the other end of Australia. And I've come here today to get across to Talis, Thales, I'm going to call them Thales because it's easier. I'd never heard of them until just recently when I found out that they're making deals with Southern Launch to test guided missiles on my country. And their excuse for using that country is that it's uninhabited. But we're out there, and our animals are out there. Our bush medicine is out there. That country to us is our church, our school, our pharmacy, our grocery shop. It's everything. It's our spirituality is out there. And if these people get to go ahead and just deliver test these weapons of mass destruction that's then going to go on to other countries and devastate them, you know, they're devastating the people. They're ripping our souls out. Obviously they don't have souls. And, you know, to go on talking about my Google the country, I can tell you that we've already been through Maralinga with their bomb testing and their radiation poisoning. And, you know, the whole of Australia copped that one. And Southern Launch came up there for 2 years. They were quietly talking to the community of Kaniba, not a word outside of that community for 2 years. They were almost up and ready to run by the time we found out what they were planning to do. And that's kick us off country again. We've been booted off country, left, right and centre, all over Australia. But this time we're saying, no, this is our special place. This is my seven sisters dreaming out here. You're not having it. And if I have to go and sit there and take my chances with rockets, well then I will. And you know, they go about the community and you see these poor little kids making paper rockets and thinking that's great fun. These people have got no shame using little kids to advertise their deadly activities. But it's really shameful to know that what they're offering that community is Wi-Fi, which should, that's just about everybody's rights nowadays, and a decent road turn-in into the community, but that's also a government thing. The government should have done that for that Aboriginal community a long time ago. They're planning to just go ahead, cause all this destruction on my country, regardless. They've got a 10-year lease from the South Australian government with the right to destroy heritage. And if they're going to destroy heritage, they're going to destroy me too. But it's my responsibility to look after that country and save it for the next generation. Because like I'm always saying, the future is not mine. It belongs to the next generation. And if these people here have got any consciences, kids of their own, they will look towards the next generation and not just with the mega bucks they can make today. Now, I'd like the sales CEO to come and face me and tell me why. Why do you want to ruin my country? Why do you want to take my kids' future away? Tell me. Just face me. Talk to me. But instead, we've had silence, and that's from Southern Launch as well. They've spoken to a few people in our community, and as far as they're concerned, that's it. We've spoken to the Aboriginal community. That is a real shame job, because those few people have never had money. So when people like Thales and Southern Launch offer big money just to get the okay to wreck somebody else's property, they're going to take it, because they're poor. So they're playing on the poor people, throwing their money around, but once they wreck the country, what good is money? It's nothing. But their life out there is everything, and the life that it means to us. I'll still take my great-grandchildren out there today, and we will continue to do that whether Thales and Southern Launch put up stop signs. That means I'll break the white man's law, but I will be upholding my Aboriginal law. Thank you.
So an amazing thing that you should know is that there are also rocket companies, space defence, or rocket companies setting up in Biak, which is the town, the island where George and Irene come from in West Papua. So it's also been militarised, Biak, for a very long time. And you'll find that these companies are in all sorts of different spots, and there's a resistance there, very similar to Annie Sue's resistance on her country. And so we get to support First Nations people throughout the Pacific, Melanesia, and Asia as they resist these projects. Franz is going to sing a song.
George is actually going to lead this one. This is Akabi Pamara. It's in traditional language. And George, you want to help on the mic? And then we're going to move on, I think. Akabi Pamara. Fishmai. Akabi Pamare is a song written by the Arnold the Bachelor for Anthropology in University of Sulawesi, been arrested and killed by the Indonesian Kopassus during the 1984 our uprising. That's why me and Irene ran away from the battalion and we joined the refugees. So Takaibi Pamare is the beautiful village near Freeport Gold Mine that's always affected by the chemical from the mining. So Arnold composed this song to oppose the destruction for the environment in Karya Desa Anamore. Akai bipamare, akamare mare, aroe. Akai bipamare, akamare mare, aroe. Tanah Papua is in the Indonesian language. The future independence of West Papua, and everybody in West Papua will call themselves Aku Papua. I am a Papua. Thank you. Papua, tanah yang the last song, I'm going to make a really traditional song from Biak Island. This song? Only the quick one. The song means why you want to kill me? Why you killing me?
Okay, we've just been to visit Thales. It's a mega French weapons corporation. Oh, we've got someone else.
Research into this company.
Here we go.
The Australian branch of Thales makes these Bushmasters that are across the road here. Australian Army use them. Australia has also sold and gifted them to the Indonesian Army, TNI. We use them for their special forces, Kopassus. Kopassus are famous for their human rights violations. The former leader of Kopassus, Prabowo Subianto,
was up on trial for war crimes, specifically kidnapping, torturing and murdering a bunch of democracy activists in Jakarta in 1998. He fled the trial, went into exile, self-imposed exile with his war buddies in Jordan, came back and ran for president. He's currently the Defence Minister of Indonesia. So Prabowo Subianto is one to watch. There's some chance he'll be the next president of Indonesia, which would be a disaster. He is a self-proclaimed fascist. He says he wants to be a dictator, a fascist dictator. He is likely to come to land forces. And last seen, he was shaking hands with Peter Dutton, saying thanks very much for that gift of 15 more Thales Bushmaster weapons. Those weapons are made in Australia in Bendigo. Thales also manufacture the F-88 rifle, which is used by the Australian Defence Force and which has also found its way into West Papua. We're not sure how that happened. It shouldn't be there, but it is there. So those weapons are also made by Thales in Australia, in Lithgow.
You come from Lithgow.
Thales weapons made in Belgium in the form of rockets were dropped all over villages in the highlands about 1 year ago. February 2021, there's images on our website of children holding unexploded ordnance, rockets, made by Thales. So this company, we know, they're in the top 20 weapons dealers in the world, and we know that this company is profiting from the death and dispossession and environmental destruction that's currently rampaging across West Papua. So this is one of our top 6 companies on our hit list. Naya, who we just went to, who supply the Australian police with their guns and bullets. And this here company, who is supplying all these machines to our defence forces, all these killing machines, and also supplying those same killing machines to special forces in Indonesia. So shame on you, Thales. Papua! Merdeka! Papua! Papua! Next place, we're going to have a little toilet stop and then we're going to go to the next place.
Okay, so thanks so much for watching. This was our visit to Thales, which is a mega French weapons corporation. And Thales has armed Indonesia's navy for 40 years. And as we've just heard, they provide vehicles such as these to West Papuans. Thales has heaps of facilities in Australia, and they make weaponized vehicles such as those ones across the road. So thanks for joining. We will see you at the next stop.